Plaintiff Teal Jha says although the defendant is a football mom, she's the exact opposite of the wholesome American stereotype because she smokes marijuana in front of her children. Teal's suing because she rented a car for the defendant in her name, but the defendant refused to return the vehicle and now refuses to pay the bill. Defendant Katrina West says Teal acts holier than thou and goes to church every Sunday, but on Saturday nights, she's out at clubs, dirty dancing with the men. Katrina insists she paid Teal for the rental car and therefore doesn't owe her anything.
Tell me what happened.
Yeah, I know you heard of football moms and soccer moms, all American, wholesome, that one. It's a little different story.
What?
She smoked weed every day. She smoked in front of her kids. I asked her why she do it. She was like, they smart and they gonna see it anyway. That's her problem, not mine. So our sons, her youngest son and my son, they play football together and they play baseball together. So for about 3 years, we've been, her son spent the night in my house. My son spent the night at his house, her house.
Your son spent the night at her house.
Yes.
Even though you knew she smokes weed in front of her children.
I asked him, did she smoke weed in front of you? He said she smoked a little white thing, so cigarettes. So word on the street, she might have graduated a little bit more because she running around town asking, borrowing not $20, but $1,000 here, a couple of $1,000 here.
Wow.
So I don't know what's going on. Back in April, late April 2009, she asked me to rent a car. Car had broke down for her and her family. She was walking to work.
Skip to the chase. Did you rent a car for her?
Yes.
Now let's understand what you've told me so far. She smokes weed around her children. Yet, you send your son over there to spend the night. I would think that you would perhaps project that your kid is going to have weed smoked around him
Well, when
too.
I hung that at her house.
And when a kid tells you a little white cigarette, that's a joint. Now, let's get to your other statement. You say you believe she's graduated to another drug, suggesting perhaps that she's on some type of addictive narcotic. She's on an addictive narcotic. She borrows money to support it. But somehow, you thought she'd pay you for a rental car.
At the time, now that I'm doing this background, all the scandalous events that have happened, that's now I'm going and hearing this stuff that, because I have never seen her smoke crack or anything like that, but.
You didn't know that she had a reputation for borrowing lots of money.
No, I did not.
All right. You want to give me some background? I see you were interrupting a little.
Yeah, first of all, that is not true, Your Honor. She's sitting over here like she's holier than thou when she go to church and she's a super freak at night. So I don't see how you sitting up here talking about me when you
super freak how?
Super freak because we at the club and she danced with somebody. Next thing I know, her leg is all over the man and she all everywhere. And on Sunday, she the first person near the usher. That's what I'm talking about.
She's supposed to be.
Well, maybe she needs to be.
Yeah,
don't need two lies.
That's who needs church the most. Is the sinner. She need more than Sundays if she's doing all what you say. She need Bible. You do go Wednesday?
Wednesday's Bible study. Sometimes I go Monday prayer.
Well, you are a big sinner. I believe it. If you go to church that much, that means you sinning that much.
I ain't been out with Katrina in I don't know how long ago.
Lord, strengthen me.
What does that have to do?
I get to these clubs and I can't control myself. I need help.
I want to know, what does that have to do with the price of tea in China?
The same thing you had to do what you talking about her.
Exactly.
Katrina owes me money.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with smoking weed around her son?
She has to buy weed. She has to buy the weed. That's why she hasn't paid her bill to pay for this rental car.
Well, how long has she owed you?
Since April, since they took out the money June 23rd out of my account.
It hasn't paid you any?
Hasn't paid me nothing.
So she smoked up $2,000 since June, you believe?
I don't know.
And weed?
So I don't have the money, so.
That's not that much. That's not that much weed. July, August, September. That's 6 months. I can't figure it out. Last time I was figuring out some drug calculations, kid looked at me and said, "Judge, you don't go for that no more." I said, okay, so we can forget about that. So tell me how she owes you this money.
So I rented a car in April. She asked me it was only going to be for a week until she either found a new car or got her car fixed. At the end of that week, she called me. Somebody in her family was, I got into an altercation and they were in jail. So she needed to bail them out of jail. So she wanted to extend it for another week. Then the next week it was another excuse. They were still looking for a car. Then another went by, was excuse after excuse. So this ended up being almost 2 months. So I'm like, hold on. At the end of the week, she asked me for the balance, and upon return of the car, she would pay the rental car directly. So, my account would not be affected. No money would be debited out of my account. So I'm like, hold on, this has been too long. You need to return the car. So we had a detailed conversation. How much was it? Okay, I'm gonna return it on that Friday, and everything is gonna be said and done. I go out of town and I'm check my messages, and I have recorded messages from the rental car place. Where's we looking for the car? We're looking for the car. I'm like, hold on. So I call her, no answer. I text her, no return. So I try to email her. I have an email here. Maybe something happened. So she emailed me just a random email. So I responded.
She on crack, like you say. She done traded it into the crack man, and the crack man not giving that car back until he get his money. Have they found it yet?
Found the car?
Yes.
Well, I had to go find the car.
Okay.
So I get back
Where
in town.
was it? At the crack house?
No, it was in her carport.
In her house?
Yes.
Okay.
So when I get back in town, I go to work and I'm calling her job, texting, emailing, and nothing, no response. So I called my cousin, changed our clothes. We didn't know, they kind of rowdy a little bit. So got some bats and stuff. Didn't know.
You got bats?
We didn't know because she kind of rowdy. She bragging her daughter's a fighter. I knew she was home and all this stuff. So we didn't know what we was going to be walking into. So we drive over, pull up, we see the car. Okay, she parked the car. I go to her house. She answers her like, hey, what you mean? Why you ain't return the car? Why you not answering my phone calls? You're not returning my messages, nothing. She said, well, I was going to return it Tuesday. That was, you were supposed to return it last Friday.
Ma'am.
Okay. She did rent me the car. When she originally rented the car, we gave her $400 to rent the car. The following week, like she said, I did have a family emergency come up, and I asked her to extend the rental. The end of May, either May 28th or June 3rd, I don't have the exact date, but I know it's one of those, between the 28th of May and June 3rd, my husband went, the account number she gave us, he put $1,453 in her account. So when she came and was asking me about the car, and when she came to get the car, she said that the money was never in her account. So I go back to my husband and I asked him, well, what happened? She's saying the money's not in the account. So he went and checked, and they said that it was something mixed up with the account number, from what I'm understanding.
So the account going wrong had nothing to do with you all's efforts?
No.
Okay. Now, it's your burden to prove that. Keep that in mind as I go back and ask her. How many payments had been made prior to that?
Well, initially, when she rented the car, she gave me $260.
Anything after that?
No.
Okay. So the only other payment was the alleged $1,400 that was deposited into your account.
Alleged.
Can you show me the evidence that your husband transferred this money?
Well, in the meantime, we moved, Your Honor.
No. I ask you a very specific question.
Okay, I don't have the receipt
so the
from the bank.
Answer is no, you can't show me any evidence?
Nothing but
all right,
statement.
So you can't respond in a manner that allows you to defend yourself appropriately. Do you want to speak as a witness? State your name.
Lanye Howard.
What do you want to tell me?
Just the fact that I was there I witnessed the fact that she did say that her husband put the money in the account. I was there searching for her and the car, and I was there when we found the car. I drove my cousin's car.
Ma'am, why does she have to track you down for the car?
She didn't have to track me down.
Has she called?
She called me. She did call.
Did she ask you to return the car when she called?
We were returning it the following week. That was the agreement.
All right. Do you want overdraft fees? Your overdraft fees,
yes.
What dates are they reflected?
From June, July, August.
No, I have to have the overdraft fees caused by her.
That is caused by her. She never put the account. I don't make as much. I had to take a job.
How many months of overdraft fees are you asking for?
Until today, because she hasn't paid me my money.
Until today?
Right.
Let me explain something to you. You will get 1 month based on what she did. And after that, you gotta have some money. You can't blame this woman for every check you bounce for the rest of your life until she pays you. That's not how that goes. And ma'am, you have absolutely no evidence. All we do know is you received the services. Now, I'll grant you the $14.66 and I'll grant you $34 for the overdraft. $1,500 is your judgment. Have a good day.
The allegation that I smoke pot in front of my kids is a lie. I have 2 kids in college and an 8-year-old. Tia was not even around me that much to know what I do around my kids.
I seen her smoke weed, but when we went to a game that time, the little kids are in the car. Her oldest children are in her car. The other kids are in another car, and she's smoking weed. So I got out that car and went to the kids' car.